but we're fouling too much on the defensive end.
Anthony Davis, again, spectacular in this game. Are we seeing peak AD, or can he go even much higher from here?
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 13 of Inside the Film Room. Going to be breaking down a possession here from the NBA Finals with your world champion LA Lakers. And we're going to be talking about stampeding the catch, something that I emphasize a lot in my workouts, and I've broken down this concept many times in the past. And now we're going to be talking about it in a ball screen action. So the Lakers here are going to be an empty pick and roll or an empty ball screen. And when I say empty ball screen or empty pick and roll action, that means that strong side corner is vacant. You got three players away from the basketball, and it's just two-man game here on the left side of the floor. So I want to first talk about, just as the point guard or the ball handler in pick and roll action, right? It's your job to be able to read the defense. So Rajon Rondo is a great floor general, just tremendous during his career at being able to read the defense and then being able to put his teammates in a position to be successful. So as he comes off this ball screen here, and this is just standard coverage for the most part in the NBA, is if you're, for LeBron James, he's here at the wing or in the slot or in the 45, whatever your terminology is. Usually that defender is going to be pulled into the nail. So you see Jimmy Butler here pulled into the nail. And you can see as Rondo comes off, his defender is going under the screen since he's not. He was a pretty good. He knocked down quite a bit of threes in the playoffs this year, but generally, throughout his career, not the best three-point shooter. So they're going to live with him shooting that jump shot. So that's why they go under on the screen. So with him coming off the screen here and recognizing Jimmy Butler pulled over. And again, this is something that you got to think about as a point guard or anyone, as a ball handler in pick and roll action, being able to put your teammates in position to be successful. So he sees Jimmy Butler pulled all the way over. So that means quick kick out here or quick kick ahead to LeBron. So LeBron's going to get his hands, his feet, and his body in a position to attack. So anytime you're using that concept of stampeding the catch, you want to start to get your body, hands, and feet going through the basketball, start to get yourself having momentum going towards the basket. And what you want to read first before you do that is, do you have that gap that's open? So you can see with Jimmy Butler pulled over to the ball. And then you got Tyler Hero splitting two, his defender here, his matchup here, J.R. Smith in the corner. And then he's got LeBron here in the slot or in the wing. So he's got to he's got to guard too. So as this ball is kicked ahead, LeBron's able to recognize that gap or that space. So that's why he's getting into that stampede. But even on that stampede, you first got to be able to catch that basketball, get your feet set so you're not traveling, you're not shuffling those feet. Got to be able to establish a pivot foot. You can see how his head is on a swivel. If Tyler Hero were to pull all the way over, that's a quick one more or quick bump to the corner to J.R. Smith for that open three. But since Tyler Hero just stunted the basketball, LeBron recognizes that, and now he's able to attack this space or this gap. As he goes to attack this space, you can see Jimmy Butler is pulling over, right, or he's trying to recover. So you can see once that ball is kicked out, you can see just the kind of the route that Jimmy Butler takes. First, it's up the line, right, to close out on LeBron at the three-point line. And then as he recognizes LeBron starting to stampede that catch, he's now in a position where he's got to try to get back in front to contain LeBron. LeBron does a great job here of closing the gap. So anytime you can see here with your defender in space trying to recover, and you can see that their chest is open, so you can see that chest is exposed, you want to go initiate that contact and go burn up that chest. So LeBron's going to go right at Jimmy Butler. He's going to close in on that space. He's going to control his feet, his body, and then that's going to allow him, as he attacks that space, Tyler Hero recovers back to J.R. Smith. And this just gives LeBron, as he initiates that contact, a great driving line, great angle to be able to still use that glass and finish with the inside hand. Another key point here you can see, again, it's not just LeBron making the play. It's his teammates also helping him be able to execute this play. You can see how Marcus Morris there here on the block as LeBron goes to drive. He does a great job to seal off or try to seal off Kelly Olynyk here, which will allow LeBron to have that space, all right, to finish all the way at the rim to finish. So again, just a great job here. Recognition from Rajon Rondo, the kick ahead early with Jimmy Butler pulled in at the nail. LeBron James recognizing that, seeing that space, that gap. Jimmy Butler pulled all the way over, so that's why he put his hands, feet, and body in a position to stampede the catch. And then he, again, we talk about, and I emphasize this a lot with any of the players that I work with when we work on this concept is, right, you want to have a decision made before the basketball's in your hands. So that means having your eyes up, seeing the defense, seeing the situation you're in. So you want to be able to recognize that you have that space to begin, right? So again, when that ball's kicked out, you know that you're looking to stampede. But again, then once you go to stampede, obviously you still got to be able to make reads at the second level, or be able to get all the way to the rim, whether that's the finish or the kick out. So great job here by LeBron. Again, best player in the world. He's always 1 or 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of the defense. Just able to attack that driving line, burns up the chest, closes that gap between Jimmy Butler and himself.
Peak AD, or can he go even much higher from here?
Be controlled on that finish. So again, just being able to recognize the situations that you're in, and then just being able to utilize that concept. All right. If you're not going to step in for a rhythm 3 and you don't have a quick ball reversal and you see that gap or that space to attack to get to the second level or all the way to the rim, again, be able to work on utilizing that concept, that technique of stampeding, hands, feet, body going towards the rim, attacking that space, and then be able to make your read or your decision once you put that basketball on the floor.